I'm Zim, and you're listening to the Helpful Photographer Podcast in collaboration with New York City Photo Safari. To register for a safari, please visit newyorkcityphotosafari.com. I'm often asked the question, is a 2.8 lens or faster really necessary? My arrogant answer has always been yes, most definitely yes. But as time has gone on, I'm finding that I'm softening on this position. The bottom line is that fast lenses are great. They tend to be sharper, and of course they gather a lot more light. And we're almost always looking for more light. However, buying a fast lens is not just about spending a lot of cash. You'll also need to decide whether or not you're willing to actually carry that much weight. So it's a cost not only to your wallet, but your back. The faster the lens, the more glass it seems to require to gather that much light. This often makes them about 30 to 100% heavier than their slower counterparts. If you're young, tall, and fit, it's not much of a problem. But as you get older and are faced with knee and back problems, it's an issue. So when you're considering a faster lens, it shouldn't just be a financial consideration, but a physical one as well. If carrying the extra weight is going to cause more problems physically, then it's going to reduce your enjoyment of photography, which means you're going to be shooting a lot less. It will also mean that the distance between you and the car is going to get shorter and shorter, which means fewer and fewer great photo ops. For me, right now, I'm still willing to put up with the pain and suffering, but I don't know how long that's going to last. But what about the question of lenses that are even faster than 2.0? What I find is that photographers who are shooting lenses that are faster than 2.0 are having a difficult time landing the focus at those wide apertures because the depth of field is just too shallow. So often, they're closing their lens back down. Before you jump to the question of what's the point, do consider that these lenses tend to be incredibly sharp. But again, they are also incredibly heavy. And the fact is, you'll have to carry multiple prime lenses to make up for what that one zoom lens will do. I am aware that there are a couple of zoom lenses out there that are faster than 2.8, but generally, they're really poorly rated at those faster f-stops. And you'll have to close down to eliminate that problem. And then there are those who will argue for the 50mm 1.8, which is very compact, lightweight, and inexpensive. I find that this lens is most often being used for portraits in an attempt to achieve that shallow depth of field. But the fact of the matter is, I can achieve that with a 70 to 200mm lens without any problems. So if I can do that, why would I carry an additional 50mm lens? And to be clear, a 50mm lens is not technically considered a portrait lens, especially on a full-frame sensor, which further begs the question of why carry a nifty 50 when I already have a 70 to 200mm in my bag, and I have a lot more flexibility with the zoom lens than I do the 50mm. When we're talking about fast lenses, I think there are a lot of different things to consider well beyond the financial one. But the choice is personal, and you'll have to weigh the pros and cons on your own. I hope that was helpful. Until next time, keep on shooting.